lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. He missed the complete. He's crazy.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield before. He sliced through. He tags Richard Eck.
What once started as a horse track grew into one of the legendary asphalt tracks in the Northeast. Welcome to Stafford Springs, Connecticut and Stafford Motor Speedway, home of the SK Modified, owned by the legendary Root family of synonymous with modified racing. And we welcome you here tonight. I'm Sean Ambrose, your host, and with me tonight, James Carahula in the chair. And right now, our director, Amjad Yaman, up there twisting and tweaking the dials. Dougie Beard, master of the camera sets, has got us covered. We got Brian Yasick out there in the pits. He's keeping an eye on things for us. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome here tonight. We've got another hot one for you here on a Saturday night. Yeah, NASCAR had to shut it down because of the rain, but guess what? It's not raining here in iRacing. And James, how you feeling, buddy? Great to see you here Saturday night.
Nothing like a little Saturday night short track, and as you were mentioning, Stafford and the SK Modifieds, it just feels right. This track and these cars have a lot of history, and so it's just real good when we see these cars running around this track. As you said, we're in Stafford Springs, Connecticut. That's a little half-mile track. Not a whole lot of banking out there, but plenty of excitement. We were going to go 75 laps tonight.
70 live laps for about 37 and a half miles, and man, the championship is already starting to kind of form. You know, Donnie Moore, he wins last week and gets off to a great start, wins that opener at Martinsville. Speaking of Martinsville, you talked about Martinsville. Now, Martinsville also a half-mile track, and this track different though. The turns here are a lot more wide sweeping and lots more room to get around. Banking, similar, yes, but more progressive. And, you know, there are a few different lines. What we are seeing right now in practice, James, is a real loose condition. We've got a hot track out there tonight. About 108 degrees on the track right now. What's it going to do to this SK Modified once we get started?
These guys are going to be handling these cars all night. The cars are very slick. They're not wanting to bite up off the turns right now, so throttle control is going to be the name of the game. Can you get back to the throttle and keep it the wheels underneath you and keep it going straight? And can you get back to it sooner than the guy around you? With the slick track, it makes for an interesting night and a lot of times a lot better racing. So I'm a fan of the hot track personally, Sean.
Yeah, well, and speaking of hot track and hot drivers, I'll tell you what, and we say it seems like every week, Ronald Henry at the top of the practice timesheet right now, the only one in the 19 seconds right now with a 19.974. Matt Hoos just behind him with a 20.005. Really, really good stuff going on there. That's blistering the track. Again, Ronald Henry always up there near the top when it comes to these practice times, and could be a car to watch tonight. Won't be starting from the pole, but I'll tell you what, like I said, very fast driver and is always a contender here week in, week out. Good pace here in practice right now. got a couple new names right now. I've got 18 drivers registered tonight. Seeing Ryan Edwards Kiss for the first time. Hadn't seen him before. It looks like Joe Marks is here tonight. Hasn't had a lot of races with the series yet, so some new guys to look out for. John Holcomb making his way back here, and does look like, I think, if I remember correctly, looking at the stats from last week, Lowell Jewell will be our pole sitter tonight. Is that right there?
Yes, Lowell Jewell will be starting on the pole tonight. This series, they invert the top 8 from the previous race. The rest of the field will be set by their finishing position at Martinsville. And for those new guys, it will be lined up by I-rating here tonight. So Lowell Jewell finished 8th last week. He's going to get the start on the point tonight and try and hold these guys off. Right now, running real good in practice. Hopefully he can stay up there and have a good run tonight.
Well, I have just really come to love Saturday nights with the Bootleg Racing League, and now we're here, 2015 Outlaw Modified Series, Season 4. I've been watching these guys and broadcasting since Season 2, and always an exciting show on Saturday night. Very fast races. They get them done pretty swiftly. I will say this again, 18, that's a lot of cars for a Saturday night race. We're used to usually seeing about 14 to 15. Those 3 extra cars will make a difference. Got a great chance at Stafford here to draft a little bit, get some really great speed in those straights, James. But I'll tell you what, how you get in and off these turns is really going to be the deciding factor tonight.
That's right. This track, you have a lot of options on where you can run, and that apron's going to be tempting down there. But again, with the lanes developing, people are going to be able to have some room to try and get around everyone, make a run down the straightaways, and try and get in there underneath the corner and battle it out. And as you said, we have a lot of people out here tonight, and something with the Bootleg Racing League, they don't just let everyone show up. So you definitely have to run with these guys, and you have to prove that you are worthy of these series. So if you wanted to come and be here, well, then you've proven yourself to these guys here in the past. So that's why these guys put on such a great race. They go out there, they are proven, and that's why we see such a good show here. Real fun here on Saturday night. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, all right, so Donnie Moore, he won last week at Martinsville, or round 1. Got things kicked off in style there with a big win. Ryan Nuss and Matt Hoos already battling here in this early championship battle. They finished 2nd and 3rd, respectively. Brad Speidel finishes 4th, and Lowell Jewell brought that car home in 5th. So, it's the championship is off to a great start. Donnie Moore again in the lead. Ryan Nuss in 2nd. Matt Hoos in 3rd right now. Brad Speidel in 4th, and Lowell Jewell sitting there in 5th in points. So, good on him. And we got a good one for you here on tap tonight. And they already ran a couple here tonight in the Crooked Still Late Model Series. Your winner was Ronald Henry. He, again, seems to be burning this track up right now. They ran after that, just before that, they ran the Risky Run Truck Series. And in the Whiskey Run, guess who your winner was? Ronald Henry. So Ronald Henry looking for the sweep right now, has the time, has a fast SK tonight. Practice session just ends. They're getting ready to set the field. We're about to run it down here for you folks.
That's right, and if you remember who swept both races last week, Mr. Brian Neff, the guy on fire here lately, could not get it done in the modified. Let's see if Ronald Henry is able to get it done tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to have his work cut out for him. He's got a ways to go. So, I'll tell you what, let's read out the grid here for you now. Just about everybody on the track. Pace cars out. Cars are gridding up now. We'll giving some directions here. Race control, letting everybody know what they'd like here for tonight. And right now, we'll get ready to read out the grid to you here as we get ready to get started at Stafford Springs here, people. Starting on the pole, in first, Mike Holloway, the number 4. In second on the outside, that's the number 3 of Joe Marks. Got to look at my numbers right. Starting on the inside there in third place, John Holcomb in a number 69. Just outside of him, in fourth place, Lowell Jewell will have to start from the outside. Brad Speidel on the inside there in fifth, and just outside of him, Matt Hoos.
And Ryan Ness will be starting in 7th place tonight, and starting in 8th, last week's winner Donnie Moore starting on the outside. Ralph Connor Jr. will be starting in 9th in the 58 car tonight. Matt Shinosky will be starting in 10th. Brian Neff will be in 11th. Let's see if he can work his way up through the field. And Ernest Brown will be starting in 12th, Sean.
And I'll take the rest of the field here. We got Philip Temples goes off 13th tonight, number 19. Vern Bradley, he's going to be fast. Watch out for him. The number 14, he'll be 14th tonight. Ronald Henry, top of the timesheet in practice. Got a long way to go. 15th place. He can do it. Christopher Hensley makes his return tonight, the number 63, in 16th. Ryan Edwards Kiss, he will start 17th tonight in a number 20 machine. And the number 41 of Tim Knott makes his return to the Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series. Here he is in 18th place. Tim Knott, number 41. We get ready to go here, side by side. Pace car in. Mike Holloway set in the field. He is on the pedal, baby. And we are off here in the Outlaw 75 Saturday night racing. Mike Holloway with a nice jump out there. Field still side by side behind him, James.
Off the nose of Brian Neff. That is Ralph Connor Jr. that went for a little spin there. Car number 58.
And that brings our caution flag out there with just 2 laps down. Holloway with a really nice start there. We look at the replay right now. Yeah, maybe just a little help there from Neffy. And he goes around, but hey, listen, these guys are out here to have fun. It's just a little bit of a run there and just kind of a racing deal, though. No harm done. Everybody will get back in line here and we'll do this thing again, get it started.
Yeah, and those guys got real checked up there on that start. They were running into each other. They just kept it straight till the backstretch, and that's just a product of the start. Guys were a little bit more bunched up than they were probably hoping to. But like you said, just a little spin off into the grass. No harm, no foul. Let's get back to racing.
Hey, Brian, we'll throw it to you real quick. Did anybody come into the pit right there?
Nothing on this end of it. It's the pit road. If you don't follow this series, or if it's your first time tuning in, they are not allowed to pit to take 4 tires. They are allowed, however, to take 1 quick repair. And from what I can see on my side of the pit road, as everybody drives by the entrance to pit road again, no one has taken that trip down pit road. At least under this caution. Now, probably because it was still early, you get down later in the race, then you have to make that decision of do you get the car fixed or do you try to stay out and make up some track position?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, here, so we're going to reset now, and basically not much has changed. In fact, nothing has changed up here at the front. Holloway's still on point. Mark's going to start on the outside again. Holcomb with a chance inside. Lowell going to be stuck back up top there. So our front 4 looking for a chance to get away for the rest of the field, maybe get a little separation, maybe get a little bit of clean air. We'll see here. They certainly will put on a show for us here tonight at Stafford. I don't doubt for 1 second that will happen. Early caution, that's okay. So we'll settle in and reset things here. They get ready to go double file again, and then we'll have 1 lap to go when the lights go off on the pace car here.
John, 2 people I'm really wanting to watch tonight. One has been the guy who has been hard to put down, has been Brian Neff, but also Ronald Henry. As you saw, that he won the 2 races, but let's also point out something interesting about both of those races. He started here 15th tonight. Seems kind of far back, like it would be a little bit of a stretch. In the Whiskey Run Truck results, he started 13th to win that race, and he got there with 2 laps to go. And then he also finished there. When we go to the Crooked Still late model results, he started 12th to come up with the lead. So he's been fast here. It doesn't matter where he has started. he is capable of getting to the front around these guys. So let's see if he can do it again here tonight.
All right, the Ford Mustang pace car is in, James. Here we go. Mike Holloway sets the field again, coming out of 4. Here he goes. Green flag is out. Mike Holloway on the gas and looking pretty, baby. Heading into 1. Yes, sir. Gets a nice jump there. Holloway off to a good start. Man, they are already shucking and jiving behind him. I'm seeing Matt Hoos back there. He's trying to get into the mix there, the 21 machine. He's got Nuss right on his bumper. Nuss gets a piece. They check up and contact into the wall. Yellow flag's back out, James.
We had Matt Chinosky on his lid. That was not too fun. Let's see who else was involved there.
Well, we're looking at the replay right now here, and looks like there was maybe just kind of a self-spin there and got around and then the contact behind. Looks like Chinosky maybe just got loose off the corner there, and I'm trying to see if he got any help here on the replay.
On my end, it looked like Ryan Nuss had to check up from contact with the car in front of him, and that's what caused the checkup behind. Matt was run into.
Yeah.
Everyone just kind of piled in after that.
Right,
so.
and we see it on the replay right there. You know, he had to check up. Matt had to check up a little bit and shot the car to the left there, and then you wind up on your lid. So tough break for Matt. Probably going to have to take that fast repair. Ernie Brown a couple laps down already. Not sure exactly. Did Ernie get mixed up in that too? Did I miss that? Oh, Ernest Brown having connection trouble this evening. That's a shame for him, as I'm hearing from our director. There will be no wave buys, race control is saying this time. So Mike Holloway still sitting up front. Joe Marks right there with him. Your top 5 still locked in, actually all the way back through, let's see, 8th place. But guess who has worked his way up to 9th? That would be Ronald Henry. Making his way through the field, James. You talked about it. Here he is.
Da-dum, da-dum. He's going to keep sneaking up there, and I think that we will see him up there by the end of this race. He's going to slowly creep his way up, and those guys won't be expecting him, though. They probably need to be a little more aware. He's coming, and I think that it won't take him as long to get there as it did in the earlier races tonight.
Yeah, well, and you know what? Neff had the quick repair on that last one, so he's been shuffled to the back again, and he's going to have to fight from 15th now. Chinosky, he had to quick repair, but Chinosky still showing 3 laps down with no wave around. All right, so here we go. We get ready to reset the field. They are side by side right now. The lights are off. We'll be going off on the pace car here. We'll get ready to restart this race, James.
Yeah, these restarts have been really hairy. A lot of checking up. A lot of guys just trying to take. These guys are familiar.
Right.
They're ready to go. As the pace car's off.
It is. It's in. And your leader, Mike Holloway, ready to get on the pedal. Here he goes. Mike Holloway out of the chute, baby. Gets on it again, heading down into turn 1. Still looking good. Ooh, Mark's up there making a charge on the outside, trying to make it work. Gets a little bit loose. Lowell Jewell tracking him. John Holcomb keeping it strong down there on the inside. Trying Nuss is off the track. Yellow flag is not out. Nuss trying to get back on track right now. Up here still the battle. Holloway holding on to the lead right now. He's got Joe Marks right behind him. John Holcomb working in there. Brad Spidel working hard. Matt Hoos right back there in 5th place right now. Oh!
We have another one on their lid. That's 2 tonight. I know Lowell Jewell was involved. Looks like that's Donnie Moore that was on. Ronald Henry was also involved in there too, but I don't know exactly how much damage he got.
We're going to the replay right now. It looks like it was Donnie Moore that got out of shape or got hit. Oh, contact. Yeah, it looks like Lowell got a little bit out of shape there, and those two wheel-to-wheel contact right there, and that did not end up well.
And Sean, I think that's something we talked about in the pre-race show. The track temperature is 108 degrees. This track is very, very slick. When I was taking some laps around there earlier, it's hard to get hooked up off the corner, and when you're trying to get everything you can to get around a person in front of you, you could lose that little bit of traction trying to get this that little bit more.
And, we watched this last replay right here, and Lowell bit down hard off the turn right there. The car yanked a little bit left on him right there, and poor Donnie was right there, and those two both suffering pretty good damage there as a result of that. Going to need their fast repairs.
And also Ronald Henry, who we've been talking about all night. One of two previous races here tonight, he was also involved with that. He's come down pit road. It looked like he's also taking his fast repair tonight. So, got to stay clean from here on out if you want to play.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Little surprised here with the caution flags early. We talked about this hot track though, and obviously that's a factor right now. These cars are definitely loose, and this is a really fast track to begin with. We talked about those 19-second laps there that were being put up by Henry there in practice, and man, a half mile. Do the math. That's lightning fast, and when the car is fighting a loose condition, we're talking about just over 600 horsepower with a short wheelbase. Car doesn't really want to stick in these kind of conditions.
Yeah, and even with these cars that are known to put down some really fast laps, have a lot of grip, it's something that has the track is definitely throwing a curveball to these guys tonight, and it looks like Matt Chinosky has been waving around the pace car onto this yellow flag.
Brian, tell us a little bit about what's going on with that that last round of pit stops.
Well, it looks like my end of the road, we saw Lowell Jewell come in, Vern Bradley also come in, Ronald Henry, as we've discussed as well, Christopher Hensley, and Brian Neff was not on this last time. He has found himself, he used his quick repair the last time around.
Right, and that's actually got him up to 8th place right now, so that's worked out for him so far. They talk about trying to stop Neff, and he soldiers on right now. Finds himself with a clean race car after that fast repair and sitting in 8th place. He'll have Philip Temples inside of him to work with there. That Ford Mustang pace car is off, and Mike Holloway is getting ready here. He sets the field, and he's off. Mike Holloway again gets restarted here in the Outlaw 75, heads down to 1-year leader. Marks almost on his bumper. Marks loose. Oh, keeps it off the wall. Marks loses out right there to John Holcomb, both fighting for that space. Brad Spidle got it tucked right in there too.
Man, that was a great save too, chasing it up the track there.
That was a really good save there, and Spidle putting it inside there. Holcomb got to watch out for Hoos. He's right there too. On the outside, Brian Edwards Kiss.
Yeah, this is a great battle right here. Matt Hoos, Philip Temples. Oh, and who's that in the 20? That's
Ryan Edwards Kiss. Yes.
Yeah, real loose there off the corner. He's able to keep it under control though. Loses that position, but might have lost the battle, but stays in the war. He now falls back to 5th position on there. But that just shows that no matter where you're running and how good your car's running, this track is being tough to these guys tonight.
Well, I got to tell you, Mike Holloway looking really strong right now. He's able to keep John Holcomb off of him right now. Got that clean track in front of him, and I'll tell you who's really tracking right now, and that is old Matt Hoos. He got around Brad Spidle. He's now up to 3rd. And here comes Ryan Edwards Kiss, new to the series. Oh, Lowell Jewell, Brian Neff having to check up hard right behind Ryan. And here comes Neff. He is now in this picture. Watch out, folks. We've got a race going. Vern Bradley right back there, too. Oh, and Neff loose off the turn. Almost loses it. Nice save. Still looking like he's fighting a loose condition there as they come through, too.
Look at your new leader. Matt Hoos just took the lead there from Mike Holloway. Some great side-by-side racing there in the top 5 here. These guys are not giving an inch tonight. They are putting on a great show. Oh, is it? Man, Ryan Neff is, or Ryan Nuss. He cannot keep that car straight tonight. It's the second time we've seen him sideways in the grass, but able to recover it.
Well, I'll tell you who the big loser is right now. Holloway is really losing ground quick here up on the outside. These guys are overtaking him. I mean, nothing happened to the car. He just got caught up outside, and everybody has decided to follow everybody in. Work this line inside. Now he falls back into place, but he's fallen back to 4th place now. And Hoos, your new leader, he was charging up through the field. Really nice job. He's starting to kind of walk away from Brad Speidel just a little bit. Hoos really finding the speed right now there, James.
That's right, and as regards to Mike Holloway, it looks like when you're on that outside lane, that's not the preferred lane. While the bottom lane is the preferred lane, you can make some passes there on that apron. It's a little more viable than the outside right now, and so I think that's what we're seeing with Mike Holloway. Is he just can't get down to that lane that he's wanting to. As he finally finds a spot to get down, and he can try and start working his way back up through the field again.
Well, we're 30 laps into this race. It just seems like he's lost the handle on it all of a sudden. The car is just not tracking like it was, man. Right now, got Temples right behind him, and Temples looking like he's going to try and overtake him as well. So, tough break there for Holloway, who really showed really good straight. Temples right on the bumper right there. The horn almost matching up with the back bumper there. We talk about that chrome horn often, and Temples right there on the back bumper of Mike Holloway almost put it to him. Good racing going on here throughout the field. We've settled in real nice here, James.
And something also now to look into with the hot track tonight is it's very easy to wear your tires out quick. And as Brian mentioned in the pre-race show, no pit stops. You cannot come in and get fresh tires. Run what you brung, and so you got to take care of them. You cannot make these tires angry, and if you do, you're gonna find yourself going backwards.
Yeah, especially that right rear. You make that right rear angry, man. It's hard to get around. Tell you what, right now, Neff is the fastest car on the track, has been for the past 3 laps. Looking really strong. Brian Neff is digging, baby. Going for another championship. That Winn-Dixie number 60 looking good tonight. He's got Vern Bradley right behind him. But I'll tell you what, Neff driving it really hard, maybe overdriving it just a hair. He's having trouble getting around Ryan Edwards-Kiss right now. Getting really close, though. I'll tell you what, he's sneaking up on him. Kid better watch out. He is new to the series. He does not know the legend of the great Brian Neff. He's about to learn about it. Neff is setting him up right now. Brad Speidel looking out his window, taking a look, but we look out the back, the mirror here of Ryan on camera, and you see there Neff not giving up on this fight right now. But I'll tell you what, Neff's got his own little set of circumstances going on behind him. He's got Vern Bradley digging on it pretty hard, and Neff almost to the bumper there. Oh, Neff loose down on the, got a little tight, put it down inside, and he manages to keep it inside. Vern Bradley tried to make a move up top, couldn't quite pull it off, James.
Yeah, and I tell you what, also in that last lap, Brian Nuss, he cannot get that car hooked up tonight. Again, another half spin off into the infield, was able to get it up, but Brian Nuss having a hard time. We're used to seeing him there up towards the front, having a hard time getting the car underneath him tonight. But as you see, everyone's having a hard time. We just saw your 4th place driver have a horrible time there, and it's hard to keep these cars underneath you tonight. And these guys are doing the best they can, and the guys that are able to control it the best, Matt Hoos, Brad Speidel, Ryan Edwards-Kiss, those are the guys that you're seeing leading right now.
Well, I'll tell you what here, we are almost to the halfway point of this race, and these laps are just ticking away. Let's run through the field real quick here, James. Take a look at where everybody's at while we've got a moment. Right now, your leader, Matt Hoos, keeping it strong up front. Brad Speidel in second. Ryan Edwards-Kiss sits in third. Brian Neff tracking close behind him in fourth. Vern Bradley sits there in fifth. Mike Holloway back to sixth. In seventh, you got Philip Temples.
Car in the
eighth.
grass off the back stretch.
We got a car in the grass. Yellow flag not out yet. Brad Speidel off the track up front here too.
Yeah, that was last week's winner, Donnie Moore, that took a little lawn care job there on the back stretch. He's able to get it back underneath him here and back on the racetrack. We stay green.
Well, and Speidel falls out of the mix as he goes off track there. Got loose and just spun down inside, got all the way off the track. That moves Ryan Edwards-Kiss up to second. Brian Neff into third. Here comes Neff on the charge. Watch out, Matt Hoos. Here he comes. Watch out, Ryan Edwards-Kiss. Here comes Brian Neff. And Vern Bradley there in fourth, still digging. And there's a little bit of space back there to Philip Temples right now, but Ronald Henry still in the fight. Neff making a charge on Ryan Edwards-Kiss right there.
Yeah, and going back and continuing with our field before all the excitement broke out, yeah, Ronald Henry, he just moved up 3 positions there in those last few laps. He is now up to 6, and he's running very competitive lap times with those leaders right now. He is gaining on running faster lap times than Matt Hoos right now, so he's not out of it yet, and especially if we get another yellow flag, he's right in there. Brad Speidel is in 7th, another an incident there that brought him back there, but still in the mix. Christopher Henry is in 8th. Mike Holloway, who was running up front earlier, started on the pole tonight, is back to 9th, and John Holcomb will round out your top 10 in the 69 car.
Yeah, and Holloway already looking at maybe getting that Goodies headache powder award of the night, man. That's just a real bad tumble for him. He was just so in control there in the opening stages, and now finds his way back there just fighting in the traffic. And I'll tell you who isn't, and that's Matt Hoos right now. Hoos really consistent. Tell you what, Ryan Edwards-Kiss not quite as consistent and not able to make up much ground, but I'll tell you what he is doing is Brian Neff really wants to get around. I can tell. I'm looking at that car and the way he's diving into these turns right now. He really, really wants to get around. Now, looks like maybe Hoos lost a little bit there, and the gap has closed. So the top 3 and now top 4, Vern Bradley right there, nose to tail, James.
That's right, and Philip Temples and Ronald Henry, the train is coming on that top 4. Philip Temples has thrown out the fishing line, and he is reeling them in, and Ronald Henry is right there behind them, ready to pounce. If this stays green to the end, those guys will be there before the end of this race, and they will be a factor.
I believe the Chrome Horn just found the rear end there of Ryan Edwards-Kiss, and didn't get the car out of shape. It was just a little, how you doing? I'm here. Brian Neff working really hard and working even harder right there. I'll tell you what, just inches from the bumper in front of him. And Vern Bradley really putting up a nice fight here. He's holding on to fourth, watching the show in front of him. But trust me, Vern is a fast one, and he is enjoying this tonight. Looking really good. And there we go. The horn is on. Brian Neff gets it to the back of Ryan Edwards-Kiss. And wow, Kiss able to come back on the outside right there and get away from Brian Neff. Neff having a little trouble fighting that car, and advantage Ryan. Good job there by the number 20.
And right now, Philip Temples and Ronald Henry are saying, hello, top 4. We would like to come join this battle. They are right there. They can see them. They are hungry, and they love to see that battling going on up front. Those guys are using up their stuff, and they are there. And let's see what they're able to do once they get to the back bumper.
Neff trying to make something work on the outside, and it doesn't pay off. Vern Bradley.
Caution.
Nuss is in trouble. And Lowell Jewell both in trouble back there. The yellow flag is out. We're heading to the replay. What happened here? Yep, looks like Nuss gets loose coming off the turn. Self-spin. Lowell Jewell right there to the inside, across the front, and boom. There it goes. Man, that's a tough break. I think Lowell had already been in for a fast repair. That might be an ender for him. Nuss just loose, as we said, and we know he's been fighting a tough handled car all night, and that might be the end of it for him.
Yeah, he's having a hard time getting the car hooked up all day, but no knock against him, because all of these guys have had a hard time getting these cars hooked up. So real tough break there, but he'll be back next week. We always know that Tron is up there, and he's always going to be there towards the end of the championship, and you know he's going to be a contender.
All right, what's our pit situation here, Brian?
Nothing really of note. Everybody's staying out in the front side. No one's elected to come in and use any quick repairs. You're absolutely correct. Jewell has already used one of his quick repairs, so basically he has what he has. I do see Ralph Connor Jr. coming to pit road, as well as Ryan Nuss. This could be their use of their quick repairs right here to try and salvage something out of their night.
Yeah, not going to have a lot of time to do it. We are now, we'll get restarted with about 25 laps to go, maybe 26, but not a lot of time to get it done if you're having to restart from the back. You just hope you can stay on the lead lap here. Haven't heard anything about any wave rounds right yet, but we still have right now 14 cars on this lead lap. Matt Hoos, your leader, in control right now. Ryan Edwards Kiss coming all the way from 17th. He is in second. Vern Bradley started 14th. He's up in third. Neff started in 11th. He's up to fourth. Philip Temple started in 13th. He's up to fifth. Ronald Henry still in this fight. He wanted that yellow flag. He got it. He's in sixth. So lots of good stuff going on here. Lots of racing still to be done. I'm sorry, I said 25 laps. I was off on my counting. Man, my math is not good tonight, James. Save me, buddy. Save me. We're going to have about 15 to go when we get restarted. They are side by side.
Well, here's some simple math for you, Sean. Go. You don't have any time left. Now is the time to make your move. And I tell you what, though, Ryan Edwards Kiss, he was not intimidated at all by Brian Neff behind him. So look for him to be very strong on this restart. He got it done on the outside. Let's see if he goes. Pace car is in.
Yep, and Matt Hoos is on the throttle. Hoos is away as we see him take this field away for the first time tonight. Matt Hoos looking good. Oh, Neff with a little bit of contact. Neff spinning up top. Still no yellow flag.
That was all sorts of calamity there.
Yeah,
These guys have been. These restarts tonight have just been. It's been a crapshoot, and that's what we see here again. Everyone trying to get everything that they can, and there's been a lot of running in, and surprisingly, we stay green here. But not surprised to see another contact on that restart.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, we got Hoos is just really with a great start, and obviously the trouble just behind him. Ryan Edwards Kiss really putting on a heck of a show tonight. He's up in second. Philip Temples gets through all that. He's up to third, looking at a podium finish right now, if he can avoid the charge of Ronald Henry. Here comes Henry. Our practice session leader started in 15th, finds himself in fourth, working hard, and man, he's got time to get this done. And Christopher Hensley making his return tonight, sitting there in fifth. So top five not decided yet, people.
Yeah, and I think the big question right now is, with these guys being so close, is how much damage did Ronald Henry get in that restart scuffle? He was involved a little bit there with the 60 of Brian Neff. So let's see how clean his car is and how well it's running here towards the end of it. But right now, Ryan Edwards Kiss, he is not giving Matt Hoos any time to breathe. He's right there, and any little mistake, he's going to be right on him.
Yeah, Temple's not able. Oh, Temple's loose right there. I'd say, did it again. Actually, it was a little tight, and then that car whipped out on him. He's able to save it, but Ronald Henry right there working on him. Henry down below, got Hensley right behind him. Temple's left up outside. Oh, Vern Bradley down in the dirt there. He's able to save it. Neff gets around. Almost gets in. Spinal has to check up. Bradley's got to check up. Mike Holloway's got to check up. Lots of action going on here on a Saturday night. The Outlaw Modified Series. Great racing here tonight.
Yeah, and I think that this race is by no means over. Ryan Edwards, he's probably just keeping his tires cool a little bit. Going to make one last run at Matt Hoos. Can Matt Hoos hold on to it? He started in 6th and was able to get to the lead pretty quickly, and he's been there since then. But he has not been there comfortably. He's always had someone breathing down his neck all night. So that's the main thing. Does Ryan Edwards Kiss have anything left for him here with about 8 laps to go?
Well, I will tell you this. Matt Hoos is the Wily Eye veteran here of this series, and certainly no stranger to victory lane. If anybody can get this done here with just now almost 5 laps left to go, that's going to be Matt Hoos. Looking really good tonight. Really great effort here by the number 21. And again, no slight on Ryan Edwards. He has put on quite a show tonight. Still has a little bit of work to do, though, to get around Matt Hoos. Gonna be tough. He's running out of time as we have just 5 laps left to go.
And I think that Ronald Hint's performance, but with his performance in the other 2 races, I'm sure that he wanted a little bit more. But he's going to right now sit comfortably in 3rd. Christopher Henry had a little bit of damage left over from that restart. Still up to 3rd. A great run for him tonight. By no means to knock his performance, but with his performance in the other 2 races, I'm sure that he wanted a little bit more. But he's going to right now sit comfortably in 3rd. Christopher Hensley in 4th, and Philip Temples right now your top 5. But Philip Temples, go ahead.
Got to step in here because Ryan's making it interesting here. He's inside.
He's around.
Matt Hoos.
Wow.
He's on the inside there, and he pulls it off. He's down the backstretch in the lead. Hoos looking up. Ryan Edwards Kiss is in the lead, and all of a sudden Hoos, with just 3 laps to go, finds himself in 2nd place. This is the race. Can he do it?
Wow,
only Matt Hoos
great.
can stop him, James.
Yeah, and wow, I thought that Ryan Edwards Kiss, I thought that he...
Right now here on Saturday night, Ryan Edwards Kiss looking for his first win in the Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series. Can he do it?
Wow,
only Matt
was
Hoos
great.
can stop him, James.
Yeah, and wow, I thought that Ryan Edwards Kiss, I thought that he had used up his stuff there and he was just going to try and come home, but he was saving it. He got around. Matt Hoos not wanting to give up yet, but fantastic move by Ryan Edwards Kiss.
Here we go.
Playing it to perfection.
White flag this time by. Here we go. Can he hold him off? Ryan Edwards Kiss looking for his first win. Matt Hoos doing all he can. Drives it in deep, not deep enough. On the bumper of Ryan Edwards Kiss.
He holds on.
And Ryan Edwards Kiss is your winner. A little bit of a love tap there on Matt Hoos. What a win there for that young man. Great job, Ryan Edwards Kiss. Congratulations on a big victory here in round 2 of the Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series. Good stuff, man.
Wow, fantastic. Ryan Edwards Kiss. He might be new to this series, but that was a veteran move there on Matt Hoos, saving his stuff and getting around him when it counts. He did not lead very many laps today, but he led enough. Only 4 laps led, and those are the ones where they pay the points to.
Yes, sir. And the Home Depot machine was hot tonight. Right down there over the start-finish line. He's going to burn a few donuts there for you. And celebrate this big victory here. Ryan Edwards Kiss, congratulations. Round 2, the Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series goes to Ryan Edwards Kiss. His first victory of the season. His first victory in the season, and not just the season, but in the series. Congratulations again. We're going to take a short break, come back, run it down for you, and talk to our podium tonight. Ryan Edwards Kiss first, Matt Hoos second, and Ronald Henry third. We'll be right back. And we are back here. Round 2 is in the books from Stafford Motor Speedway. What a great race tonight. 75 laps of non-stop action. Oh, we had a couple pauses in the in the race, but man, they were short, and the racing took over. And when it did, it was exciting. Got a first-time winner tonight in Ryan Edwards Kiss. He is your winner, and we are going to run down that field for you here real quick. Again, Ryan Edwards Kiss in the Home Depot, number 20. He brings it home. Matt Hoos in second, falls to second after that great move by Ryan. And then Ronald Henry on the podium. He brings it home in third, starting from 15th. Christopher Hensley in fourth. Philip Temples, fifth tonight. In sixth, Brad Speidel. Vern Bradley in seventh. Mike Holloway comes home eighth after starting on the pole. Ryan Nuss in ninth. Joe Marks in 10th. James, take the rest of the field for us.
And you have Lowell Jewell in the Edge Auto Concepts coming home in 11th. And Ralph Connor Jr., the number 58 of your last car on the lead lap, coming in 12th. Brian Neff, another tough week for last season's champion. He'll come in one lap down in 13th. John Holcomb, 14th. Donnie Moore, last week's winner. Another real tough night for him. Is on his lid at some point tonight, coming home in 15th. Matt Shinosky, another guy on his lid tonight. We've had a couple of them coming home in 16th. Tim Knott in 17th. And Ernest Brown will round out your field here in 18th.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, that was a good one. Sorry to see some of those guys have bad luck. Bad luck for Brian Neff tonight. Tough run for him. Tough run for Lowell Jewell, who was really strong in the early part of this race. He has to settle for that 11th place finish. And great points night for Matt Hoos. He will now be your leader in the clubhouse, as they say. He is leading the championship now, and hats off to Matt Hoos. Great run for him tonight. Great points night, and a little bit of bad luck to those who were chasing. So as we go to the podium celebration, time to maybe kick off a couple of interviews here. We're going to let Brian talk to our third place finisher, Ronald Henry, tonight. We'll bring Ronald down in the booth and talk to him. And Brian, we'll throw it to you and let you talk to Ronald Henry real quick.
All right, I'm down here on pit road. Ronald Henry, you had an up and down night. You had a quick car in practice, and you won the lead up events going into this race tonight. Tell us about your night that you had going.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to apologize to my teammate Brian Neff. Took him out in that last restart. I watched a replay from the chopper view and from my in-car and from the chopper view. Two different stories, so it's my fault. I apologize for that. It was an eventful night, starting 15th. Got caught in the first two wrecks that happened right in front of me. And we had that long green run, which I love long green runs. I was chasing down Philip, and yellow came out, started on the outside. Got tangled up with my buddy Brian. Gained a couple of spots out of that, and waited for a mistake by Phil to take over third place.
Well, that's definitely the definition of an up and down night. I mean, how much did the hot track surface have to do with some of the events that we saw unfold tonight, and any kind of difficulties that you had on your own personal behalf?
Definitely, the car got loose towards the end. I had nothing to. Once I got into third, I had nothing to catch Matt and Ryan. They were really fast. I was just hoping to stay up in third. I know Chris was faster than me as well, but I don't know what happened. I saw in my mirror that he went across the grass corner one, and that gave me enough momentum. But definitely, the track got looser.
Well, hey, fantastic! You had a great night. I'm sure after you got caught up in one of your first incidents there, if they would have told you would have finished third. Would have been probably hard to believe, but you gave it a great run. Any final words or thoughts that you have tonight?
I'll just like to thank you guys for doing such a great job. It's my first race back this season, so I'd like to welcome you to our league, Brian. It was nice chatting with you, and thanks to Lowell and Matt for putting this up every Saturday night.
Well, hey, thank you for the kind words. I'm just a rookie. All right, now we're going to send it off to James Krahula, who has our runner-up finisher tonight, Matt Hoos.
Matt Hoos, slipped the victory slipped away from you a little bit there, but a solid night. Finished second. That should put you solidly into the league, into the points lead. It's still early in the season, but you have to be happy with the finish you had tonight.
Yeah, after last season, this season is turning out to be a lot better. It just basically just kind of sucks. It lost it there at the end due to mechanical issue. With about 5 laps to go, I had some issues, so unfortunately that cost me the win, but I'll go home second. That's good.
You said some mechanical issues. Are you able to elaborate there?
My graphics card went nuts.
Well, I know that there's a couple of people in this booth that could speak personally to that issue there. It's never fun when that happens, but still very good that you're able to get home here in second place tonight with the issue. Sometime that's racing, and that's something that some racers definitely have to deal with. But overall, a big points lead. We're still early, but it's got to feel good. What are your plans for the rest of the season to try and hold on to that?
Well, let's just keep the goal is to just try to run some top fives this season. A win will come. As long as you run in the top 5, a win will come. You just need to be up there to be at the right place, right time.
Absolutely. If you keep running up there, those victories will fall where they should. Well, Matt, before we let you go here, is there any final thoughts on the Furniture Row SK Modified tonight?
Really no final thoughts. We just need to go back, look at a few things and try to figure out where I can get some more speed at. Had enough tonight, but it wasn't quite enough at the end, even with the issues I had. So.
Oh, cool. Well, Matt Hoos comes home in second place tonight. Great run by him, and Sean Ambrose has caught up with your winner, Ryan. Sean, go ahead and take it away.
Man, we are down here in the virtual victory lane of Stafford Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
First-time winner Ryan Edwards-Kiss. Congratulations, buddy. Welcome to the booth.
Thanks, man. I raced here last season, and I took a few months off to race in the real life. And I came into practice, didn't really have any expectations. I think I ended up 5th in practice, struggling a little bit. Then really just consistency throughout the race. I almost got wrecked a few times. Well, not necessarily me getting wrecked, but almost getting caught up in a wreck a few times, and consistency just kept me up there.
Yeah, when you start 17th, obviously you got to work your way through the trouble, and you did that all night, and then eventually you find yourself late in the race with a chance to win it, and you have to pull off an amazing move on one of the great veterans of this series in Matt Hoos, and tell us how you pulled it off. Just walk us through it real quick there, Ryan.
Just to back it up a little bit, a few laps, I think it was 10 to go, and it's like, man, I'm starting to lose him. And then I screwed up one of the corners, and I really lost him. But I think it was coming out of 2 of the lap I passed him. I had a little bit better run, but I couldn't quite get by him. I had to let off a little bit. So I went in to turn 3, just whatever, and I kind of caught up to him about mid-turn 3 and 4. I was on the bumper a little bit, not too much. And he must have got loose and had to let off, because I had the better run, and I got him on the inside, and I heard my spotter say outside before I got in the corner, so that's my position. Got by him.
And you got by him, and you made it stick, and man, making it stick is everything, and you walk away with the win. You talked about doing some real racing. Give us a minute here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been racing a real racing for about 8 years. The first 3 years, it was a junior late model, a half-scale race car, and then we moved up into a mini stock, which is a 4-cylinder type thing. And then the past 3 years, I've been racing full-size, like 75 Cutlass, 75 Nova race cars. And last year we were running a series at a big track, but that series got shut down. So this year we decided to move that car to a smaller track, which I've never really raced at. And we didn't know what to expect because everybody's running the smaller cars. We're running the biggest car there. And, I'm only 17 and they didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. And on the first night out, we actually went out there, won a feature. And throughout the season, we continued to win 2 more features. And I think out of the 33 starts of the whole year, I only finished outside the top 5 twice, one being a mechanical issue. And I actually ended up with the championship this year.
Well, congratulations. That's a pretty impressive resume right there for a 17-year-old young man. Good stuff, man. So we head to Concord next week. Any plans to show up and run Concord?
We'll have to see what we're doing. I'm sure my schedule just got a little more freer on Saturday nights. I actually don't have Concord, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get that and start practicing for next week.
Yes, you will, because Concord is a tricky one. Certainly nothing like Stafford. You will have your work cut out for you, sir. I got to ask real quick. So how should we refer to you? You got a nickname, or are you good with Ryan or Ryan Edwards Kiss? Fill me in here.
I think I'm pretty good with Ryan Edwards Kiss. I don't really have any nicknames anyone's given me yet. So
not any bad ones then, right?
No.
Okay,
no.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, hey, again, Ryan, congratulations. Heck of a victory tonight. You pulled off one of the all-time great moves that we've seen here on Saturday night in the Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series, and again, a great win. We look forward to seeing you next week. Hope you can make it over to Concord Speedway. It's going to be a great one, and again, we would love to see you there. And you got a chance now in the championship. You got to win. Great points night. You could be looking at one if you just show up and make these races.
For Sean, that's what I'm hoping for.
All right, we'll see you next week, and hope again to see you at Concord. And as we close this thing out here, I'll tell you what, James, Saturday night is always exciting. Tonight was no different. Really, I guess if you want to say the race of the season, only 2 races in, I think this was the race of the season.
Oh, yeah, this was fantastic, but I'm looking forward to Concord next week. For those that aren't familiar with Concord, imagine a Pocono with the small man syndrome. It's 3 very distinct quarters. It's a rough track. It's mean, and it's not very forgiving at all. And I think that these guys are going to put on a great show again next week. Saturday nights is where the fun's at, and the Bootleg Racing League and the Outlaw Modified Series, these guys are putting on a great show, and I expect the same next week.
Well, we talked about those other series that they run here in the Bootleg League, and on Tuesday nights they just added the White Lightning Limited Late Model Series. Exciting stuff. They run the same tracks. We talked about Concord. They'll be running Tuesday night at Concord, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. The grid starts 50 laps. Then we move on to next Saturday, Whiskey Run Truck Series. Those gentlemen grid at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 50 laps. Crooked Still Late Model Series kicks off at 8 o'clock p.m., 75 laps for those guys in the late model. Next week, they kick it off. Just a few people to thank here before we close it out and put a pretty bow on it tonight. Our streaming equipment provided by iRacing.com, Motorsports Simulations LLC, XSplit, Audio Technica Corporation, Aver Media USA. Additional thanks go to our tremendous camera sets provided by the great Dougie Beard. Music by Eric Ekholm. Find him at ericekholm.com. Stay up to date with the Global Sim Racing Channel at www.globalsimracingchannel.com, at Twitter at GSR Channel, Facebook, facebook.com/Global Sim Racing Channel. You can also find the Bootleg Racing League at bootlegracingleague.com and facebook.com/Bootleg Racing League. James, what are we doing next week again?
Concord Motor Speedway next Saturday, the 17th. Be there or be square. If you're not here watching on Saturday night, you really need to find some better priorities in your life and rearrange, because These guys, they're here to put on a great show. They want to win, and they're going to do anything to make sure it gets done. As we saw tonight, a pass with a few laps to go, and that's not uncommon.
All right. Well, again, thank you, James. Thank you, Brian, for a great job tonight. Special thanks to our tremendous director, Amjed Yaman, up there, twisting and tweaking the dials. Until we see you next week at Concord, until next time, race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track.